Hi, everyone. I am Wisdom Seeker Joan, and I'm just popping on this Thanksgiving night. Here, I have to get my computer glasses on to just say hello and to kind of touch base with you, let you know what I've been up to lately. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for just kind of watching over the years. I've been just really grateful and thankful to everybody who has asked me a question or booked a reading or just watched and lurked like I'm usually doing when I'm watching other people. But I'm really grateful for this. This has been an important part of my life over the last couple of years, and I've just really enjoyed it and enjoyed getting to know um, people well, and I'm just very grateful and very thankful for that. So that's a big part of why I wanted to pop on here today. And also, I just kind of wanted to let you know what's been up with me lately. Just a second, I'm going to turn off the light because it's shining. There, that's better. Yeah, so I haven't been on as much as I used to be. I haven't been doing my own shows. So I thought I'd kind of let you know what's been happening and why that's been. So as you may know, my husband died. It's been 2.5 years now, and in June of 2022, and then in November of that year, my niece, my 34-year-old niece, died. And then after that, my husband's sister, who was in her 80s, needed my help a lot more. I mean, right after he died, I was needing to take care of her more. And last year, she died. And she didn't have any kids and no other siblings. So I was kind of the one to kind of help her through those, that last transition. And meanwhile, trying to be there for my sister too, because she was having a hard time. So so she died, and I had to empty out the house, sell the house, and deal with all the things that you deal with when someone dies. And it was kind of a stressful time. So what happened was, with grief and stress and all that stuff affects people in different ways. And the way it affected me was I just wasn't thinking straight anymore. And it became harder and harder to just do the simple tasks it takes to do just to do a video or to do a collaboration. And I would lose links and I would press the wrong thing, and it was just too much stress. So I just thought, nope, I think I can still handle it. If somebody sends me a link, I can get on, and that's great. But great. Oh, here's people over here. There's Carl and Carolyn and Ness and Saruba, whose name I'm mispronouncing. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I really appreciate that you're here. So anyhow, I was just kind of going through why I haven't been around a lot. So I started kind of having difficulty, and I started losing things. One night I lost the keys to my house and my car and had to get a ride home and crawl into the little secret place to find my house keys. And then another time, this was like right before the funeral for my sister-in-law. I was racing around my house trying to do some laundry, and I was wearing this vest, and I thought, this needs to be washed too. So I ripped it off and threw it in the clothes washer. And then I realized I couldn't find my phone. I'd put my phone through the laundry. So I didn't have a phone, and I was planning the funeral at that time. So a million people were contacting me. So things were kind of like, I was getting a little jangled. So that's why I've stepped back, and I haven't been doing my own shows very much anymore. But I'm feeling like things are getting better. I've just been kind of taking it easy, and my brain cells are recovering a little bit. So I'm hoping later, maybe first quarter or just after the holidays and stuff, I might start trying to do some of my own shows again. But thanks for sticking with me even through all of this. But Thanks, everybody. I hope you've had a good Thanksgiving. My son and daughter-in-law, or his significant other, had to work today, so we celebrated yesterday, and that was kind of fun. I I've got a lot of food allergies, and then his girlfriend is vegan. My son's a really, really picky eater. My sister who came, she's on the kidney diet. And so there's 5 of us who got together, and only one person could eat anything and make. So cooking for everybody is kind of a chore. So we found this, there's a wonderful Indian restaurant that's just, 6 blocks from my house. So we went there for dinner, or for kind of a early dinner, and then came back to my house, and I must have made 5 or 6 different desserts. So that was really fun. So we had dessert here, and everybody went on their way. And so today I've just sort of been, I put up some Christmas decorations and just kind of taking it easy, doing some, stuff that I never take the time to do, to kind of rearrange things in some shelves and all that kind of stuff, and got the Christmas plates down and all of that. So it's been a really nice day. And didn't have to deal with crowds yesterday. We were the only people in the restaurant, so it was like having the place to ourselves. But tell me about what you've been doing if you celebrated Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions, I'd love to see what I can do. And thank you, Carl. That's very kind of you to say you've been waiting for me to do a solo show. And I'm going to get there again. I'm just trying to, kind of make sure some of the brain cells are firing before I do that. And yeah, I'm getting, and yeah, I do private readings too. There's a link to a place where you can book a private reading with me in the description under my, and I'm reading, I'll do some readings now. So put your questions in if you'd like, in all caps, and I'll see what I can get. Here, I'm going to dig out some cards. Yeah, I didn't expect anybody to be here, so this is really cool. Let's see, here's and you might wonder why, everybody else has like lots and lots of different decks of cards. And I just use my same 3 all the time. And that's because after, I've cleaned out so many people's houses. At my age, people die, and then you have to clean out their houses. And I just don't want more things. Yeah, that's the other thing I've been doing over the past year or 2 years, I guess, trying to clean out my husband's things. And then I've lived in this house since 1986, and we've accumulated things over the years. So my focus has been getting rid of things. And I've been doing that more and more. So the idea of like stocking up and having a dozen different cards and oracle cards and things, that's kind of defeating the purpose right now. So great. Let's see. I've never done this before, just reading on my own, but let's see what we can do. I'm going to star a couple. Yeah, great. Okay, well, let's see. Carl, may I hear from my guides for this week? Let's see what I can get for you, Carl. It might take a while to tune in for the first person here. Okay, this is kind of weird. I'm seeing like a car tire going round and round, sort of like the routine. But then it turns from a car tire, then there's like an axle, like there would be on a car, but it's not an axle for the car. All of a sudden it turns into like a barbell thing. So the tire, now there's 2 of them, you're lifting the tires on a barbell. And I don't think that this is really so much about weightlifting and exercise as it is using your creativity. Okay, Spirit, so tell us, what does this really mean? Look at things in a new way. Take something as simple as a tire and turn it into something else. So, and not literally, but okay, how does Carl apply this in his life in the next week? They're showing me a leaf, a green oak leaf falling to the ground. And it's funny that it's green rather than brown at this time of year. But okay, so there's the leaf and the acorn. And they're showing me oak leaves can, we see them as leaves, but then people can take them and put them on their body, and all of a sudden you're they're showing me when my son was little, he just taped a bunch of leaves on him and he said, "I'm a tree." And so that was his tree costume. And then it can also be like army people in camouflage or something like that. So that things can be more than what they seem, and it's only limited by your creativity. And then they showed me the acorn, that there's it's going to be a little thing, but it's going to be a seed like an acorn that can lead to bigger things. So sometime in this next week, just kind of be looking around for something that it might just seem like a little thing, but when you focus on it and you bring your creativity to it, it could be the first steps towards something big. Yeah. Oh, I need to go to the gym. Yeah, I need to go to the gym too. And Carl said, yes, they've been bugging at me to create my art. Yeah, that might be it. Wonderful. Okay, and could you, I'm going to call you Ms. Gupta because I don't want to mispronounce your name. How do I do this here? Whoops. I'm sorry, I'm out of practice for all of this. Okay. And there we go. Ms. Gupta, anything from your guides on love? Well, this is a fun one to do. I'm picking up my rose quartz crystals. They're good for love. Okay, I'm seeing energy coming out from your heart chakra. And it's like it's this swirly kind of a vortex, and it's scanning the horizon for the right person. And it's not just, and it's almost like radar or something, because when it finds someone, it sort of beeps and it stops there. But what it's doing is looking, it's not just going to stop on anyone. It is looking for, and it's like it's programmed to only beep or only stop its scanning when it finds like the match for the person that you have in your mind, the one that you're trying to manifest. So okay, so what does this mean? And the more like give it more than just a general outline. Because if you just kind of give a general outline of, I want a person who's this tall and has this colored hair and lives in my city or whatever, there's a lot of figures that that it could find and be a match for. So try to be a little bit more beyond the surface of looking for the types of qualities that you'd like in a person like that, so that when your scanner goes out and it's got this pattern of a program that it's looking for the match to, that it will be able to match something that's a lot closer to what you have. All right. So if Ms. Gupta does this, what are the chances of finding somebody? They're showing me the old Magic 8 Ball that boomer kids all had in the United States. It seemed like when we were growing up, you turned it over and it said, like, my sources say yes, or signs point to yes. So it's like you're asking the universe and you're getting a positive response. Let me see if I can pull a card on that too. I got the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner guidance and inner wisdom, and you'll find what you're looking for. Oh, this is fun. There's actually people here. So thank you for that question. And I have Amy Sika. Can I hear from my deceased husband, Mark? I will do my best. Let's see. I'm just going to check a couple more people before I jump into that one, Amy. Oh my, it's 7 a.m. here, Carl says, and he needs to go to sleep. Oh my word, you've been up all night. Sleep well. Thanks for showing up. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gupta. I apologize. Okay. All right, Amy, let's see if we can hear from your deceased husband, Mark. I'm going to tune in, heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to Amy. And now to Mark. Okay, what is this? I'm seeing a flower. It looks like, at first it looked like a red rose, but it looks like it's not a real one. And it, show me, what does this mean? And now it's turning in. Okay, I know what that is. It's not a bird of paradise. It started out as a rose, and then it turned into this red kind of hothouse flower that has a stamen that's very, very, very yellow, and then the leaf or the flower is very it's like a heart shape, a red heart shape. And I wish I could come up with the name of this flower, but it's more of it's an exotic flower. It's not just like a garden rose. Okay, so Kia is saying, Mark is saying, first sending you roses for his love, and then saying that you were like a hothouse flower, sort of a to him you seemed just not a garden variety person, but something special, something out of the ordinary, something uncommonly rare and precious, and not like everybody else. And he just adored you. Okay, so what do you want to say to Amy now? And I still feel that way, he says. He's saying that not everybody, it took a special person to appreciate you, that you're not like a common, you're not vanilla. You're not a common flavor that everybody can kind of say, oh yeah, I know what she's all about. And he took some pride in understanding the special parts of you that other people that weren't apparent on first glance. Other people might just see the rose, and that's beautiful flower, very nice, but everybody knows what a rose is. But he saw beyond first impressions, and he still treasures that about you. Okay, Mark, do you have any specific information you want to get across to Amy? Talk to me at any time. He's still there for you. I see you watching television, and it's something about, I don't know if this is on television or what, but I see it's sort of like a Greek or Roman god or something like that. He's riding a tiger and shooting an arrow. Okay. I think it's a tiger or a lion he's riding. So he's riding something and shooting the arrow. My aim is true. And I think the arrow is like arrows for love. Kind of like it was a wild ride, and he really enjoyed it. But he's there for you now too. Amy, I hope that makes some sense to you. Let's see. And here's Jessica Lynn. Jessica Lynn, let's get a message from your spirit team. Hi, Viviani. And Jill Sananen and Bora Bora. I hope you all had a good, or are having a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. Here, I'm getting a couple more things starred. Okay, Jessica Lynn, a message from her spirit team. Okay, maybe it's because it's Thanksgiving I'm seeing this, but the first thing I saw was like a cartoon version of a big turkey leg, and you were holding on to it. Okay, and it's sort of like, it's cartoony. Why is this? It's like hold on to what you want. And maybe it means in the wherever you are celebrating Thanksgiving, not specifically to hold on to the turkey leg, but to kind of hold your own in the group. You don't have to be loud about it, but you don't have to be loud, but you don't have to be cowed. If you're in a conversation, whether it's at the Thanksgiving table or among other people, you don't have to, shake your fist with or without the turkey leg in it and shout from the rooftops what your beliefs are. But you don't have to sit there and take it from other people if they're the ones doing the shouting. Even if you say, I think we're just going to have to agree to disagree, or I was talking about my late sister-in-law, when things would get too negative or something that she didn't like, she would just say, let's just change the subject. And sometimes that would take me aback, but it worked. So yeah, they're saying stand up for yourself, but you don't have to be belligerent about it. And I hope that makes some sense and is helpful to you. Okay, thank you for the question, Jessica. Have a lovely rest of the day. And here's Davy Jones, who would love a message from his guides. Oh, I see your guides, and then you were asking about your spirit team. So I'll just see who comes through. And then Viviani is after this. Okay, Davy Jones. Spirit, what's important for Davy Jones to know today? Okay, they're showing me, I wish I could remember the name of this artist. There are these Japanese woodblock prints, and one of them has this huge stylized wave coming, and you would recognize it if you saw it. It's a very famous print. It's just gorgeous, but it's a big wave. The ocean has this big wave, and it's this big wave coming over your head. So they're showing me that it's this big wave, but it's also beautiful. So there might be some turbulence, but realize that coming up for you, but realize that there's beauty even in the difficult times. There's, and now they're showing me like diamonds. They're only made under pressure. The most beautiful things are the things that you come through after great turbulence and pressure, and somehow it makes it all the more worthwhile. Yeah, it would be great if everything just came simply to us, but there's okay. So how rough is this going to be for Davy Jones? This turbulence coming up. It's not going to be that bad, I'm hearing, but it can seem like a big wave. Even a gentle ripple can seem like a big wave. But just remember that even if it isn't this huge tidal wave or something like that, there is beauty in coming through difficult times. Let me pull a card for you. I got ancestry. Heal at the root. So maybe this difficulty is with a family member or thinking about your family of origin, and some things that need to be healed there. And maybe spend some quiet time if you have some time this weekend to kind of go in, see if you can figure out what this is, sit with those feelings that come up, and then just release them and let them go. I hope that's helpful. And you said that's, thank you. Thank you very much, Davy. Viviani. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. A message for Viviani from her angels and guides. Let's see what I can find for you, honey. I'm seeing these figures. They look like they're in biblical times. Everybody's dressed in these long robes, and the scarves with sort of, or the veil things with a band around the top, the name of which I don't know. And they're drawing my attention to someone who's dressed up in these kind of like Jesus's time clothing, but carrying a shepherd's hook. And they're really, really focused on the shepherd's hook. But I don't see any sheep around. So what's this about, Spirit? It's somehow, right now you're using this staff pretty much to maintain your own balance. And you don't really realize that you can use it to bring other people in, whether it's sheep or people or whatever it is that you want. This big hooked staff is multi-purpose. It's a multi-tool. So, so Spirit, what's the meaning of this? Your staff, the thing that you're using for balance, your connection with this community and with your angels and guides is like the staff that's balancing you. But it can be used for more than that. You can That's what Moses used to part the Red Seas or to reach up or whatever. There's magic in this staff. And they're especially showing me like put it out there and hooking what you want and bringing it in for you. So I think that might be to recognize the power that you have in your own hands and put it to use to bring in what you want, especially for the new year. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Thank you. And Mackenzie Carrera is next. And I'm just going to take a second, see if, oh, there's James McMillan. Hi. I've got your question starred. Oh, Viviane, thank you. Great. So let's do Mackenzie. Happy Thanksgiving. Anything from my guides on when I will find love? All right, I'm going to go to the pendulum for this one. Okay, pendulum. Well, let's see. There we go. So you can see this. Can I ask this question for Mackenzie Carrera? Yes. Is she going to find love in 2025? That's a yes. Okay. Yes. Will it be in first quarter 2025? Circling, circling. Yes. Okay. First quarter is January, February, March. Since it took a long time to circle, will it be in March 2025? Circling. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so it's going to be in March. Will it be March 1st through 15th? Will it be March 16th through 30 days after September, April, through the end of March? Will it be the last half of March? Yes. So at the end of March, love is coming. Okay, so let's see if I can tune in and get anything else about this person that's coming in March. Okay, they're showing me leprechauns and shamrocks. So that's, St. Patrick's Day on the 17th. Why is this important? New things, green, shamrocks, new growth, new love, new life. And now that I'm seeing them doing leprechaun kicks, happiness, vitality. Okay, so be on the lookout around Valentine's Day or after. Something fresh and new. Let's see what the cards have to say. Archangel Jophiel, time to create. Okay, so you've got some time here. So put it out there. Maybe it's come back in March and tell me. Maybe it's an Irishman or someone with an Irish last name. But whomever it is, take some time now and be specific and kind of put some thought into what you want. Thank you for the question. That was fun. Okay. And here's James. How will 2025 be for me? Oh, that's a big question. And Carolyn, I have your question starred. Just checking to see if I've missed other people. Okay, great. Oh, good. You wrote a list, Mackenzie. Wonderful. All right. James McMillan, what's going on with James in 2025? I'm going to connect heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul. Okay, I am seeing you in a birch bark canoe, and I'm looking at you from the front, and I'm only seeing you. And you're in the bow, in the front of the canoe, and it's like it's all sewn together. It's an old-fashioned birch bark canoe. And I can't see the back, but I'm seeing that you're trying to steer it from the front. And that's not where you steer a canoe from. You have to steer it from the back. But you're looking forward, but it's just really awkward. You're trying to steer this from the wrong way. Okay, Spirit, show me what's going on in back. How come he's trying to steer from in front? Okay. Whatever this is, there's something that you want to be in charge of, but you're going to need to let go because you want to be in charge. So you need to get to the back of the canoe, and it's hard to walk, especially in a birch bark canoe. So you have to very carefully get yourself in the back, and then you'll be able to steer okay, but you're not going to go very fast because it's a long canoe and you need somebody in front for paddling, for the power. So whatever this is about, it's like something you want complete control over, but you're going to have to reach your goal in the best way possible. You're going to have to share this idea, concept, plan, whatever it is, with someone else. Find somebody you can trust, someone who will be willing to put the power in and work toward your goal, not his or her goal so much. You need to find a like-minded individual who's going to be like, yeah, I want to go on this side of the river and not on that side of the river. And I'm going to let you steer and I'll just paddle. So it's either somebody who's like very like-minded and where you want to go, or just are like, I'm okay, either driven in the same way you are, or just like, I don't care, I just want to see the trees go by and I'll paddle for you. So you have to analyze exactly the kind of person that you want to bring on board for this, because you've brought it so far, but now you need some help. Okay, good. You said it makes perfect sense. Wonderful. Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback because I don't get details. In some ways, I love the way I read because, that could be about work or love or anything, but I don't have to know too many of the gritty details and I love it when you say, yeah, that makes sense. And then I don't have to get too much into your private business. So thank you very much, James. I'm glad that was helpful. And here's our dear Carolyn Adams. Any messages from her mom, Barbara, who died 10 years ago tomorrow? Okay, Barbara. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't. Show it. There we go. See, I'm out of practice for doing this. Okay, and Jill, I just got your question too. All right, I'm going to tune into Carolyn. Spirit, what does Barbara have to say? She's thinking about Thanksgivings you had together. And I think times when you would be the one helping her in the kitchen. And how these responsibilities are handed down from mother to daughter oftentimes. She may have felt inadequate and when she was in the helper position for her mother doing Thanksgivings, and appreciated you even though I think she was still feeling sort of insecure about it when she was sort of in charge, but she appreciated you, like you were a team helping her with Thanksgiving. Let's see, what else, Barbara? She said, don't worry about me, I'm fine here. She loves what you've done for the family. I'm seeing, remember that old thing we do in when we were kids, at least girls would, cat's cradle, like and she's showing how you're knitting things together. You're finding the strands that tie us all together, both as a family, the people in spirit, and the people left in the flesh on earth. And it's like you're creating and knitting together, or kind of finger knitting all these lines between people, and she loves that. But she's also saying not to get lost in the past. Call on us, know we're here, and appreciate that we're here and supporting you and loving you. But it's like when I see her like sitting down eating popcorn, they like the show of watching you in the real world, in the here and now. So she's encouraging you to like, well, what is she going to do now? And so she both loves that you are in contact and have connected so many family members and so many people from the family. But she's really saying, don't get too lost in that, or find a way to make it your now and enhance your physical life on earth. Don't get lost in it. I hope that makes some sense. Thanks for the question, Carolyn. And next is Jill Sinanan. Oh, there's the Crown Zone and Billy Diamonds. Yeah, I'm doing some readings. Oh, here's your message. Great, I've got that. Bullseye, that's the genealogy. I totally understand, says Carolyn. Thank you. I'm glad that made some sense. Whoops. Okay, here's Jill's question. The light on the iPad dims on and off for more than a year. Is this a sign from the other side? All right, Spirit. Jill's iPad light kind of dims and then gets brighter again. Is this something purely 3D? Is this an electrical or wiring thing? No. Is this okay, they're saying it might be some of it, which is why this isn't a very strong no. Does this come from communication from the other side? Yes. Is it mainly communication from the other side? Yes. This is a bigger, stronger yes. Are these family members from the other side? Yes. And what is the message? They're showing me, I spent way too much time reading kids' books when my son was little. They're showing me Horton Hears a Who. There's the whole story is that Horton the elephant in this Dr. Seuss story has I think a little clover, and there's all these little infinitesimal people down on the clover who are shouting, "We are here, we are here." And that's what they're doing for you. And that's what the light is. That's just like the little who's down in Whoville in Horton Hears a Who shouting, "We are here, we are here." So no big message, but just they're kind of honored that you would even think this. And so you can just say, thank you. I know you're there for me. And if you have a specific question for them, ask them. And then otherwise just say, thank you for being here for me. and will you help me do whatever it is I need to do on my iPad right now? Or say, will you help me? I'm just kind of surfing around. Thanks for leading me to the YouTube video or the Google response that would be most helpful to me right now. So, and then see if, and you can ask them, and let's say they do send you to the site you were looking for, then say thank you. And, and kind of see if you can have a conversation going back and forth. And say, okay, thanks very much. You can stop dimming the light now. I know it's you. Or see if it'll go off. Or say, thank you very much. And if that was what you meant for me, please blink once or something like that. Give it a little test and see. That would be kind of fun to test it. So thank you for that question, Jill. And I think this is going to be my last question because my voice seems to be going out. Billy Diamonds would love a message from the spirits. Billy Diamonds. Let's tune into Billy. Spirit, what do you want Billy to know? Okay, I am seeing you all dressed in black, and you've got like this black cowboy hat on, and there's like silver studs, or like actually they're diamonds. It's like silver colored metal diamonds around the band of your hat, and there's sort of like Western pockets on your shirt. You're all dressed in black, but there's like metal or silver colored little snaps and other things on your belt, on your pocket lapels. And they kind of glint and kind of give off a little shine, but you're not seeing the light you reflect so much. You're looking up. You're looking way up in the stars at this light coming down on you. And you're kind of waving them in. Okay, so what's this? Where's this light coming from? Yeah, and now you've got the cowboy hat off, and you're kind of messaging this craft in. Not Billy, this might be like, do you have connections to off-planet people? To our galactic friends? It's sort of like you're waving them in, like you want to get in touch, not so much with your spirit guides, but these are more like, I'm seeing them in a craft, like it is like ETs, aliens, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's something that's fascinating for you. Okay, so Spirit, tell me about this. There's just lots of excitement about this on both ends. Like you're really like shading your eyes. It's sort of like Close Encounters of the third time that this light is coming down, and you're like, yes, I'm here, I'm here. Excuse me. Okay, Spirit. So if they kind of see you and you're seeing them and welcoming them in, what's the next step here? Okay, now you're sitting down on a rock, and rather than waving your hat around and trying to physically bring them in, you're sitting on this nice big rock in the lotus position and meditating. And quietly, yeah, okay. And now they're just coming down, and like you're quiet in your mind and meditating. And now this whole, like, I don't know, what's it called? UAP or UFO or whatever. It just comes over and lands right down next to you. When you quiet your mind, you can bring in, you can bring things in. And whether it's aliens or just the ideas, it would be nice to see. Okay, Spirit, tell me once more. Whether it's aliens or just ideas from the other side, you might be trying too hard, trying to signal them, and what you just need to do is be quiet and quietly invite them in. Let's pull a card for you for that. I got the white turkey feather. The power to heal the earth is within you. Okay. Spirit, what does this mean for Billy? Yeah. I'm hearing that it's something you can get messages from your guides by just being quiet. But it's because it was like this whole big craft that's coming down. It's something bigger. It's something bigger than just, what we all kind of want to know from our guides. What's the next month going to be like? Is there going to, more than just the personal, that this could be the beginning of a relationship that will lead to something of wider significance. Yeah. So just kind of take it step by step, but it could be something big. I do try to connect to spirits, but not to aliens. Yeah, I don't, and it doesn't work. Yeah. Just do that. Just kind of quiet your mind, maybe give yourself a certain amount of time, and don't expect to hear voices in your head right away. Just say, I know you're there, and I know that that you want the best for me, and show me a sign sometime today in the smallest way. Something that I will recognize, and then just kind of forget about it and go about your way and see if you can't sort of generate a synchronicity. Or you could specify what it is, something simple, like show me a feather. I'm going to go on a walk, or sometime today, show me a feather, and see if that might not appear. And Bora Bora says, happy birthday to everyone in November and December. And I wish you that too. And I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving and the rest of this month. And let's all just hang together. There are, who knows what's going to be happening in the political scene and everything else, but whatever happens, as long as we kind of, and yes, I will save this. This will be on my channel, this recording, but it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. And thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.